In this video, you're going to learn the difference between pop and jazz chords. Welcome back to Butterfly Piano. I'm Ed. This is Piano Improvising for Beginners. Okay, listen to the difference between pop chords and jazz chords, and I'm going to teach it to you and break it down for you. Here's a little chord progression of pop music. And here's a little bit of jazz. Okay, let's start off with the C major triad. This is really common in pop music when you're playing major or minor triads. Just three notes. Could be D major, D minor, E major, E minor. Doesn't matter. Major and minor chords like this are very, very common in pop music. Now you notice that this major triad is built in intervals of a third, which would mean starting on a key and going up 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It doesn't matter if they're major or minor thirds. Okay, because from here to here is a major third, from here to here is a minor third. If you play a minor chord, like C minor, the first interval is a minor third, and the second interval here is a major third. That doesn't really matter. As long as you know that the chord is built on intervals of a third. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now this is where pop music ends, as far as harmony usually is concerned. Although sometimes they will add the seventh. So this is 1, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we get into a little more complicated harmony now. This is the difference between pop music or pop chords and jazz chords. So now we can add the seventh. Why is that the seventh? Because everything is related to the tonic note of C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the seventh. Technically it's the major seventh. And so you keep on building your harmony in intervals of thirds. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's the seventh, and we keep on building it higher. 1, 2, 3. If that's the seventh, this is the ninth, because that's 9 notes from C. Everything is related to C. That's the first note. This is the third, the fifth, the seventh, or the major seventh. This is the ninth. So that's starting to get into jazz harmony. When you're playing a major 7 chord like this, with the seventh, and then you build it even bigger with more thirds, that's a major ninth, and you can build it even again. Now the thing about this is the 11th, because this is 11 notes higher than the C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But the reason why we avoid the 11th is because it clashes a lot with the third. So what we tend to do in jazz music is make the 11 sharp. So this is called the sharp 11. Okay, remember that the 11th here clashes a lot with the third. And we tend to avoid the 11th by raising it to the sharp 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so this is jazz harmony. This is pop harmony. Sometimes in pop music, you'll add the seventh. Everything is related to the first note, the tonic note. So 1, 3, 5, the major 7, the 9, this is called C major 9, the sharp 11, so this is called C major 9 with a sharp 11, and then one more is the 13. Yes, that's a lot of notes. But this is what jazz harmony is all about. This is called a C major 13 chord. This is the first note. It's a C chord. This is the third, the fifth, the major seventh, the ninth, the sharp 11, and the 13. Okay? That's jazz harmony. This is pop harmony. Maybe you add the 7th, that's still pop harmony, but when you keep on building thirds, higher and higher, these are called tension notes or extensions. So here's the basic chord, and there's an extension above. There's another extension or tension note, the 9th, the sharp 11th, always built in thirds. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's the 13, sharp 11, the 9, the major 7, the 5, the 3, and the 1. Everything is related to the first note. So if I play on a different note, it's the same thing. 1, 3, 5, major 7, 9, sharp 11, 13. I know I'm talking very fast, and this might be very confusing to you, but this is just a basic introduction to jazz harmony and pop harmony and the difference between the two. So now you know that chords are generally built in intervals of a third, like that. And when you keep on building your chords higher and higher with more tension notes, then that becomes more like from the jazz world. Okay? Something to keep in mind is that you're not always going to play all these notes. Okay? If you want to play jazz music, you might play a major 7th, and maybe the next time a minor 9, and then maybe another minor 9, and then maybe the next time you'll add the 13th. Okay? I know this is very confusing probably, but you don't always have to play all the notes. You can play the 7th, you can play a major chord with a sharp 11, you can play a major chord with the 9 and the 13, you can play a major chord with a major 7 and a sharp 11. It's really your choice. You can mix and match as you please. So I hope this was perfectly unclear. A little introduction to the difference between pop and jazz harmony. In this video, you learned the difference between pop and jazz chords. If this has been helpful, click on the like and subscribe, and also share this with your family and friends.